Hello everyone, I'm Paolo Del Nibletto, the editor of CDN Computer Dealer News, and welcome to a special interview with Linda Fitzgerald, the newly named president of NCR Canada. Linda, welcome. Thanks for being here.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
So you replaced Luc Villeneuve, who virtually overnight changed the whole dynamic of NCR Canada from a direct selling model to a channel-friendly model. Tell me, how do you go about replacing Luc and also leaving your own stamp on the company?
So, Luc did leave a great legacy behind him. So, continuing that and continuing the great things he's done is really what I'm going to do. So, continue, not rebuild anything he's done, and perhaps add some of what I've learned in my different experiences in terms of channels. That's important to me. So, I really will be using what Luc has utilized and work on increasing our coverage. Luc was only there for a couple of years, so there are still things that need to be done.
Sure.
And so I'll continue on coverage through channel partners, and to expand in different retail markets, different vertical markets throughout Canada.
So you were a senior executive at HP Canada and the PSG Group, and they had an amazing year last year with led the leader of that organization, Charles Salomon, to be the #3 newsmaker of the year. Tell me, what sort of knowledge and experiences and plans and directions that you've learned from your time at HP that you wanted to sort of transition into NCR Canada?
I think, my time at HP and in other areas also, I understand how important it is to use channels to grow. At HP, a lot of what is done there is through the channel.
Right.
And so that's a great experience that I will bring to NCR. Our solutions are much more niche at NCR, so it's a very different model than it was in the PSG organization. So I will work with channel, but in a very different way than we did when I was at HP.
So let's talk about the channel direction for NCR. Now, Luc told me when he went down that path that he wanted purposely to go slow so he can show success along the way. But is it time to rev it up now? What's going to be your channel direction for NCR Canada?
So we've actually hired a new person in channel that's starting in about 2 weeks to head our retail channel. We had somebody heading our financial and retail last year, so now we've split it in two, and so we will be. That is going to really get us going in the right direction in terms of the retail side. We've also just hired somebody in healthcare, and a large part of our healthcare strategy is through the channel. Okay. So I've been going around with this person to our various channels and working with the new person. So we really are putting much more focus around building our channel community. Luc had also worked on how we compensate our team so that we all work together. So we're continuing on that because that proved to be successful. So I think adding the new people will make a great difference in terms of trying to double, triple that the business we put through channels.
So Canada's building 2 all-digital hospitals, one in Toronto, one in Sault Ste. Marie. And last year at your Innovation Forum, you showed a very interesting kiosk application that is really going to dramatically reduce wait times.
Yes.
What's going to be your plan in this area?
So again, we are working with our channel partner. We are going to put some proof of concept in the Ontario region to get this going. The advantage that we have is that our application works in 10 different languages. Oh, really? So we are sort of different than others in terms of that. So we will use that as our differentiator as we work with our partner. We will start with we have plans of putting quite a bit proof of concepts within the next couple of months into the Ontario market, and then expand throughout the rest of the country. So that's our plan. We don't have a very good, at this point, healthcare channel strategy for Quebec, so we are working on that. But I think for the rest of the country, we're good to go. Okay,
so beyond healthcare, what are some of the other verticals that you really want to target?
So retail is our #1 vertical. We are known for, from a long time ago in terms of of our retail, our POS systems, and our self-checkouts. So that is the area that we will really be focusing on. I'm a true advocate of putting new logos on, on PowerPoints. So really what I've tasked my team this year is, don't forget that we have existing accounts and we need to serve them well, but it's all about new logos. So it's all about new business. Our whole strategy around retail is, to double the number of logos that we have. So we're really putting, a big push around that, and we will need channel partners in retail to help us do that. What happens is in retail, a lot of retail customers buy individually or are franchises, and that lends itself very well to a channel model. They're much better equipped to do that than we would be. So, we even have lists, and we know where we're targeting and why we would want, to work with the channel on that.
Speaking of retail, you have to have been disappointed over Walmart's decision to remove self-service kiosks from their Western locations. In your opinion, do you think that's a step back in terms of the adoption of the self-service industry?
Well, it's funny because I've had a few conversations around that. We will be pushing, self-serve kiosks in Canada and continue to do so because we have some companies that actually have them, are testing them again. I think as organizations or retail customers, they're all redesigning their stores. Okay. And I think in the redesigning of the store, you will see perhaps more of that coming back. Part of the issues, I think, around the Walmart is the way the store was designed. Okay. And so as people are coming up, like if you know Target's coming up to Canada,
that's true, yeah.
They're looking at redesigning stores and are looking at that. We have some smaller self-checkouts now that don't use as much footprint that people are really looking at. So we're seeing a change as people are blending, online and the customer experience in the store. They're looking at the whole thing in terms of redesigning. I'm not sure if you've seen the one on Mark's Work Warehouse. They've redesigned their whole store. They've modeled it after Apple. Okay. And so people are looking at that, and I think for us, it's an opportunity to ensure that self-checkout, is part of that design. So I think it's a great opportunity for us.
So a partner can actually build a whole practice around this and,
absolutely,
do soup to nuts type of implementation.
Absolutely, and I think, the advantage that we have is our solutions are a little different. So they're not competing against, 50 different people selling the same thing. It's very niche, and there are, there is a different value proposition in terms of our products, both if you look at the retail channel, if you look at the finance channel, if you look at healthcare, it's not a Me Too product. Right. There are a lot of differentiators that are really, partners are attracted to that today.
So Linda, I want you to think into the future if you can. At the Innovation Forum last year, I thought it was really cool that that kiosk for movie rental. I thought it was pretty cool, pretty fun thing. What kind of other fun, innovative things are coming from NCR in that regard?
So I think there's a lot of new things that are coming down, and a lot of it will have to do with either NFC or how you use your cell phone to authenticate yourself on self-serve equipment. That's a really big part. We're working with a lot of the phone companies and in terms of how do we implement that into our ATM machines, our self-serve machines, healthcare, using that, and also in terms of the self-serve, you'll be able to do it either from your phone in your car or from your computer at home, instead of standing out in the cold and utilizing the system. We're trying to simplify that. And then, it opens up a whole bunch of new areas for the retailers to be able to sell to the customer. Okay, fantastic. Well, thank you very much for your time today. Really appreciate it. There you have it, Linda Fitzgerald, the new president of NCR Canada. I'm Paolo Del Nibletto, the editor of CDN Computer Dealer News. Thanks for watching.